Hello there. So, have you thought to yourself, I want to start another dead-end project, but it takes me hours to get started, or possibly even more? You shall fear not, because we got Next.js with the starter of Kirimase, which is like a boilerplate that also scaffolds code, so let's just get started. So, very first step, it's gonna be, well, we're gonna be installing Next.js. So, yeah. And in case you're not familiar with the options here, you just, you give whatever name you want. So we're gonna give Kirimase here, and then you just spam enter. That's the lesson. If you don't know what to press, you just spam enter. Although in this case, the default options are pretty damn good, and usually that is the case. Yay, we are ready to go. Okay, we are gonna seed in this folder, and we can run a bunny. Let's go. Okay, but next step. So we're on the Kirimase website, and we can install Kirimase, but I've already installed Kirimase, so yep. So here we go. Let's just clear the screen, and let's go Kirimase. Let's go. Okay. We're gonna init the whole thing. Let's go. Here we go. I'm not sure we want Shetzian. Let's go none. Drizzle. Yeah, let's go with Drizzle. Postgres. Let's go with Neon. Oh, JS, sure, scaffold that too. Google and GitHub login, let's go. And yeah, sure, Stripe, recent, I don't know. Let's go with Stripe. No one cares about recent here, but like Stripe is can be like famously hard to set up. So let's go. Okay, we're using Bond 2, just extra speed. So next steps, adding environment variables. If I did this on this video, we would spend like 20 minutes just making accounts and copy pasting codes. So you do that. The good news is that if you already set up some codes for local development, you can just copy paste it across projects. So next step would be, well, I guess we can run a bunny again. But otherwise, we can just, well, we gotta make the DB, right? But let's just enter first. Now let's go. So we are in. Oh, we got an error. All right, we're not using that. So that could be one of the flaws with these boilerplates. Okay, was that it? That was not strictly an error. Okay, I guess we were using that. Oh, screw it. I don't care anymore. But let's just go back to our guidance. So I added my env keys, and I also added well, we have a DB, but we have not pushed to it yet. So bun run DB generate. Okay. And bun run DB push. Okay. Keep in mind, I did nothing else so far. Just deleted a component. Okay. So we got the neon DB here. I made this literally like a minute ago, and now it's populated with all the relevant fields that we might need. We will almost certainly need, assuming that I selected the initialization correctly. So what's the next step? We can just run the dev. Okay. So, okay, bun run dev. Let's go. Yeah, localhost 3000. I'm ready. Let's see. But it's usually faster, but apparently not. Oh, hello there, being an error. In the app globals, the border does not exist. Possibly because we opt out of Shetzian. Okay. So this could show the flaws in these boilerplates, that they have not thought of me using a custom option. So we're in the global CSS. Let's go to the bottom. So we're using a border, even though it does not exist. Okay, we don't wanna. We're just gonna comment it out. That should be fine. Let's see. All right, let's go. Okay, we are in. So we are up to step 5 here. So we can also bun run stripe lesson. I'm not sure we're gonna do that. Let's just see what we have first. Actually, I went back because we were missing the return to homepage thingy. So Yeah, it works now. So our problem was that, not that we were not using it, but we did not specify it correctly. It was using any, which is unacceptable for us. So the image was poorly typed, and the border, but that is possibly coming from Shatcian, and that was not relevant for us. So this is what we have. Okay, that is kind of, I kind of wonder if it's kind of broken because of Shatcian, because we opted out of Shatcian, but it kind of shows that possibly they did not think about that. It usually works better if you don't try to customize boilerplates. So we got this is the homepage thingy. We got features. All right. We also have sign in. Let's see if signing works. When you're doing this first, well, you can customize it later, I guess. The functionality is the one that's harder to implement. Sign in. Okay. Sign in with GitHub. Sure. I added, and this both should work. I've tested this like, you know, many times. Not just this thing necessarily. Sign out. Okay. So we already have login. So this is already a boilerplate. So okay. So we can run listen for Stripe. And we can see the layout is that on the out route, well, we are kind of like, if you navigate away from the homepage, then we are kind of prompted to sign in. And this is the app route. So this is what we get. We have an account page and a dashboard page. So it's kind of suggesting that I should run Stripe listen in a different terminal. Run. Oh my god. Run Stripe and listen. Is that it? So, okay. We are now listening for some Stripe action. It had another error too. Cannot read properties of undefined reading email. Okay. The easy solution for now is that if we don't have a subscription plan or a user, then we just say no plan found in the plan settings, TSX, which really should include it because this is where we updating our plan, right? Well, it's possible we don't have it. So back to it. And we see something better here. This is just a hydration error. Not super relevant now. But we do see that the APIs are kind of set up. We have the webhooks of Stripe. Okay. Can we wait the headers? And then get from the signature? A little bit like that? So, yeah, I'm kind of bug fixing the boilerplate here. But regardless, it's a pretty good jumping off point to something more serious. But from what I can tell, account creation is not implemented, or at least not implemented on the UI. Account management is definitely implemented for Stripe. Also, you need to make sure that you use the same API version as you have, as you are using on Stripe. So for me, that would be 20.acacia. That would be the correct one for me. So the crux of these boilerplates, that they allow you to get started much faster, but you might see some random bugs or something's gonna be a little bit out of date. So it's gonna be a toss-up between 5 minutes of possible bug fixing versus hours, possibly more, of getting started from the ground. The style is pretty minimalistic, but suppose someone wants something very simple with some login. Now keep in mind, we basically added everything here. But if someone doesn't need Stripe, and especially doesn't need Stripe subscriptions, because just paying is pretty simple, and this could be an overkill, but you can also customize it, and that's the great part. Anyway, build something cool. See you guys.